How do you describe your political ideology? Left wing, right wing?
Center wing.
Should the government increase or decrease taxes on private business?
Taxes are necessary. It's not question of increasing or decreasing. But at the same time, we must see that draconian laws should not be imposed so that the business gets strangulated. We must see the business develops. In turn, the employment is generated. So while doing so, we must facilitate to grow the employment. That is what is more important for me.
Do you agree with the implementation of a uniform goods and services tax?
Yes, absolutely.
Should the government provide tax incentives to private companies to keep jobs within the country?
Yes, that's what I mean. It is related to the earlier question also. I feel it is required, but how much? Not at the cost of the farmers. People should not get the feeling that only industrialists are being tackled or being dealt with humbly by the government or softly by the government, which instead of treating the same way to the farmers. So that disparity should not be there. We should not create disparity, we should not create discrimination. That's what.
Do you believe labor unions help or hurt the economy?
Definitely they help. Unless them, you can't give justice to the employees.
Should the government raise the national minimum wage?
Yes, it is required. It is required. And therefore, these are contradictions to the businessman. Businessman feels I should get the manpower within a very, very minimum salaries or minimum wages and should get more profit out of it. And the person who is working feels I should get higher wages. So this is again a conflict between the interest.
Should the government guarantee wage employment to every low-income household?
Yes, it should.
Should the government use incentives or punishment as a means to bring black money back to India?
Both the things. See, I will clear it more way. Prior to the punishment, government tried to, convey the message that those who are having money, they should immediately remit it to the bank, and they'll get some concession out of it. What about that? What we have said in the first case.
Yeah.
So there was some incentive. They did not do it. Then what is left? Punishment. So that both the things are required.
Should citizens be allowed to save or invest their money in offshore bank accounts?
Not at all.
Should India allow international retail chains such as Walmart and Tesco more or less entry into India?
When you accept the policy of liberalization, privatization and globalization, one must understand that, see, within that policy you can't stop anyone. But when the government has got power to stop them, to provide our own Indian industries to develop, should stop them and develop our own industries first. Make them to match the international market. What is there? Why they only should come and do?
Should India increase the use of private international firms to build infrastructure?
When you don't have a technology, we have to. If you have a technology, either you develop our technology. Indigenous technology should grow her, and if it grows, you don't need it.
Should India increase or decrease the amount of temporary work visas given to high-skilled immigrant workers?
Temporary visas can be given. What is the problem in giving temporary visas?
Should the government classify Bitcoin as a legal currency?
Definitely. Should stop it, on the contrary, ban it.
Should
People have already been deceived. Do you know it?
Should there be more or less privatization of hospital and healthcare services?
No, I support the government. Government should open more because see, private hospital. I don't have any reservations about it. Is that it is meant for only elite class or moneyed people. They say on papers, but people won't dare to come inside the hospital first. Because the environment, the ambience is so much so, like a 5-star hotel, they always have a fear about it, whether they will admit me or not, even if they admit me. So therefore, upgradation of the government hospital, upgradation of the municipal corporation and the budgetary provisions for the healthcare, higher budgetary provision for healthcare should be done.
Should India allow religion-based political parties?
No, not at all. See, fact is that the national patriotism is important. Nothing else. Bala Sahib is to say, let your religion keep within the, or confine it to your temples, houses, churches, houses, then mosques and houses, not on road. On road we are Indians, and for Indians should have one law. That's all.
Do you think a Ram Mandir should be built in Ayodhya?
Yes, surely.
Do you agree with the philosophy of Hindutva?
Yes, absolutely. It is, inclusive of, it is not religion based.
Yes.
This is a nation, it is, you can say, patriotism based.
Do you agree with the removal of Mughal history from children's history?
No, not at all. History. What is that? We must accept it. 300, 400 years we were ruled by so many people. Unless you read that, you don't know how these rulers were and how our rulers were. So you will find unless you read those. But the history should be history. Not that somebody should develop stories out of history.
Do you believe that there should be a uniform civil code for all citizens instead of existing laws which vary by religious?
Yes, I do. 100% there should be a common civil code for all Indians, irrespective of the religion, region, whatever it may be.
Should Jammu and Kashmir be granted special autonomous status?
Not at all. Just now I said common civil code. So abrogate 370 and bring them under Indian umbrella. Why you should have a different state and different ideology?
Do you support caste-based reservation?
No, in fact, we don't believe in that. We feel economically backward. That is more important. But when you don't do that, then there is no alternative. The other caste, you see, whatever speeches I have made in the parliament, we said that Bala Sahib has inculcated such a thing that it is in Marathi, your appetite or stomach doesn't have a caste.
Yes.
It's your hunger. And the hunger is irrespective of caste. So one has to see that the hungry should be given bread. So that is what the duty of the government, irrespective of caste.
Should India create a special policy in order to control population growth?
It should create. I feel the number, we have seized the number of the member of parliaments. If you look at the old number, then today the number of parliamentarians will go to 3750 or something like that. They will not have a place to sit inside it. But then we have seized it. Same way we have to see, because that is creating a hurdle in the development of the country. Don't think it is against any religion, region. No. Sentiments, emotions, no. Our country, a population control is a must.
Do you support the legalization of same-sex marriage?
See, human being, what is that legalization, non-legalization? Only thing is that some of the things were within the four walls earlier, they have come revealed today. It is not that if you look at the old history or old epics also, you feel they were relations, they were lesbians, they were homos. So what is that? Only thing it has been revealed, in a big way because of the media and other, the print media and other. The relations are there.
Should the government be able to monitor phone calls and emails?
They should not do it, in fact. But then in the interest of the country's security, they have a power. It should not be, to monitor everybody's call. No. As earlier also in the Act it was provided. So telephone used to be kept under observations. So that can be done. It has to be done.
Should the government regulate social media sites as a means to prevent fake news?
Surely. It is a must now. Because without knowing anybody, people just forward the messages. What is happening? You are not well. They take this medicine. Who are you a doctor or what? Just because somebody says if you take this, you are cured with the cancer. Who are you to say that?
Do you agree with the ban on plastic?
Yes, absolutely.
Should the government increase environmental regulations on businesses to reduce carbon emissions?
Yes, absolutely. Climate change is a serious issue. Therefore, the regulator should be regulated now.
Should the government increase or decrease military spending?
No, it has to. Don't think decrease and all those things. It has to. You have to be a very, very self-supported defense equipments and defense personalities. So don't think about money and all. Unless you are a powerful in the case of defense, it's not an issue of money. No, not at all. The security of the nation is first. And for that, how much money is required? Spend it.
Should the government take a stronger position against Chinese influence in the region?
Yes, it has to.
Should India accept refugees from Syria?
Again, what to do there? It is an international issue. It should be dealt internationally. I feel that UN must look into this issue in a different way now. It is happening in many other countries. Initially where they have been accepted by, now they have become a problem to those countries too. So humanity cannot be, even the guests are coming at your house, you feel happy. But if he doesn't leave, then you feel how to throw him out. So that they're like.
Should the military allow women to serve in combat roles?
Yes, surely. More courageous now. Gutsy girls are there. Yeah.
So now to move to Mumbai specific, what changes do you promise to bring in your area if you get re-elected?
See, I will not say confined to my area. Still, I will little bit of area. I will tell. But overall, what Mumbai needs is a better infrastructure. What Mumbai needs are better houses. There are buildings which are 100 years old, and their owners are different, so they don't come together. Government took a cluster, decided a cluster policy. I feel it is not enough. Cluster policy will not be able to deliver the result. You need to have a cluster, the law, act for cluster development. Unless you make an act, regulate it, there are disputes are there. Who will resolve the dispute? Years together, the building will collapse, somebody will die, and then we will talk about it. So therefore, a layout of the entire city has to be created now. As we have said, the population, again there is the same problem with Mumbai. Terrific population is there. It is beyond the control of anyone. Municipal corporation, police, everybody. So that, Balasav used to say we should have a permit for that. When you go to China, in Shenzhen is the most developed one, where you have to go with the permit. They see when you are entered, when you are leaving. So it is overburdened now. So super saturated city is there. So still housing is a serious issue, and to tackle with the housing we have to go for a layout first, and then third is cluster development, fourth to raise the fund for doing this, and therefore some assistance from the central along with the state government. It has to be done like that, otherwise it will not happen. I am pursuing this issue. Second issue is that NTC mill, textile mills land. Here private land mills, they have been, the lands are developed by developers and towers are coming. What is the use of it? The law is being misused. The Maharashtra government, Congress government made a very big blunder, because we call them the mill owners. In fact, they too are not mill owners. The land was belonging to the government. When you go for industrial development, government lures the industrialists by offering them free land on 1 rupee rent land. So when we give so much of land to them, they are not the owners of the land. What is the idea behind doing this? Being a ruler, we feel that by this industry, the jobs will be created, unemployment will be curbed or will be reduced. So therefore we give it, but then over a period of time, they become the owners. Now you see what is happening in Mumbai. So I am insisting in that the NTC mill lands should be utilized for the development purposes and development of a business purposes, so that the job employment will be generated. Third is the east coast of our Mumbai area, which belongs to almost Mumbai porters. Huge encroachment is there. No doubt it is encroachment, but the SRA is not applicable there. The people are living in shantis for years together. I did ask the question in the parliament. It was positively answered by the concerned minister, Mr. Nitin Gadkari, said we are going to do in tune with the policy of the state government. But somehow it has not been done. So these 2-3 issues are more important for me. Housing, NTC development and Mumbai's East Coast development.
What about women's safety? What are your proposed solutions?
I am happy that in Mumbai my women are safe, my girls are safe. But still I feel they should be given a training of safety or self-defense. Our young leader, dynamic Aditya Thackeray, has already started the movement to train the young girls to understand good touch, bad touch, to understand how to go for a self-defense to train them with the self-defense. That is what we are doing it right now.
And one last thing, there's been people agitating over the coastal road out of concern for environmental damage, flood risk and displacement of the fishermen community. So what is your...
There are two issues. Unless you understand the issue, to make comments by reading the news in the newspaper or to politicize the issue is not a correct thing. If there are lacunae, we are here to correct it. But if not, we must support. Out of fear or out of some dream, we don't do that. I am telling you, you only are crying for the huge traffic congestion in Mumbai. And you only tell me what is to be done. Construction of road, now see what is happening. The traffics are jammed for the repairs of the road, construction of road. Mumbai hasn't the facility to give other alternative for the people. That alternative was the coastal road. Now, initially when the proposal was given, everybody, dream. Now, opposing with some interest, maybe vested or maybe correct. I don't know. But I am here to answer them. I can tell them, be confident, nothing will happen like this. Rest assured, no construction will come. A big green portion will come. Huge gardens. You have ample space to roam around. There is an international tourism centers like that. And the view which you are having right now, it will be increased to, it will be enhanced much better than what you were expecting. So believe in us. We give you word, it is a Shiv Sena. When we give words, we abide by it. And we fulfill it. Don't worry about that. Nothing will happen.